Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the mess. Now, before we get into the mess, I want to invite everybody tomorrow. Tomorrow is a national holiday. October the 8th is a national holiday, and it just happens to be my birthday.
Yes, it's your day. It's your birthday or your favorite holiday. It's your birthday. Yes, it's your day. It's your birthday.
So tomorrow is my birthday, and I will be going live at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time to just have a cocktail with the girls and the boys and just laugh and kiki and just have a good time.
It's my birthday. Turn me up, give me lit. I'm blood. It's my birthday. No, I'm finna pop my shit. Yeah. It's my birthday.
You know, for those who have been supporting me, supporting my channel for a very long time, I've always had this thing with my birthday, and it's just we'll go into detail about it another day. Um, this is probably the second time I believe, because last year I don't think I cried. In the past, like I would still celebrate my birthday, but if it was just to go out to have dinner or whatever the case may be, but I would always cry. And I remember when I turned, a few years ago when I turned a big number, I had like the biggest like breakdown. It was a mess. I was on the phone with my sister. My brother-in-law was sending me text messages. Like, it was bad. I know I kiki and I laugh a lot over here, but no, it was like really, 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 really bad. I was just going through it. But yeah, I haven't, like, the last couple of years, I've been in a good space. Like, I'm happy, I'm excited, you know. I love it. I really do. And it took some very simple words from one of the cousins. I forgot who you are, but I remember one of the cousins put in the comment section, "The goal is to get old." Okay, and ever since they said that, that has stuck in my head. And because the fact of the matter is, if you're not getting old, then girl, you okay, girl, you done. You're going to glory or wherever you're going. Um. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm very happy. Um. I'm blessed. I'm not sad at all. Um. It's like I said, it's like a complete 180 from years before. But anyways, we'll be going live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you want to stop by and kiki and laugh and just have a good old merry time, then yeah, stop by. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, October the 8th.
Somebody in here, it's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
Everybody move like it's your birthday. Birthday? Mama dance on your birthday. Mama go.
My official birthday, my birthday is actually October the 8th, 11 p.m. My mama tried to tell y'all one time. My mama came on my channel one time. My mama tried to tell the people that girl was talking about I was there. She tried to say I was born in the morning, but if you look at my birth certificate, it says 11 p.m. So yes, October the 8th. She was probably out of it. I mean, girl, she did have me when she was in school. Oh, girl. Girl, so girl, she had me when she was a little young. She was like 17-ish. You know. So, but yeah.
We gon' party like it's your birthday. Getting the naughty like it's your birthday. So put your drink up in the back.
Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get into the mess. All right, y'all. This is according to US. I would say US, Us Magazine, Us Weekly. Stefon Diggs. When I tell y'all, the worst thing that Stefon Diggs could have probably done was to start dating Cardi B. Not because Cardi B is a mess or anything like that, because of the limelight, because of the following that Cardi has, because of her celebrity. Cardi B is pretty famous. So, now you're dating someone famous, and sometimes for some of these people, that'll make them famous too. Now, Stefon Diggs is an NFL football player, but I feel like he's one of those people where he was never just necessarily famous, if that makes sense. Um, can I say something? I'm gonna be a little messy today. I'm gonna be a little messy. Stefon Diggs, he does give me Bodega Baddie. He does. He does. Tell me this does not give you Bodega Baddie. He gives me Bodega Baddie. And I'm going to tell y'all my honest opinion about him and Chris Blake Griffin, the man who accused him of, um, you know, allegedly drugging him and trying to, I guess get his pussy, baby, girl. And girl, he said he stuck his tongue in his ear. But yeah, Stefon definitely gives me Bodega Baddie. Bodega Baddie. He gives me Bodega Baddie. He does. Stefon gives me like he's one of the girls. He gives me he's one of the kids. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. A part of me feels like if it is true that Stefon has those kids, 3 and 5. I don't think this is necessarily for every man. I think that some men and women are just irresponsible with their vaginas and penises, and they just go stick it in a lot of people and just don't care about the kids that they have floating around or who they have kids by. Um, I think some people, they, especially for men, they just like to have a whole bunch of kids because it's all about, their last name continuing the legacy, right? But I also believe that in some of those men, I think that they start to have kids to try and dispel rumors that may surround them about their sexuality. And maybe I'm projecting a little bit because I remember back in the day when I was going through my, struggle with my sexuality. I remember one of the things at the top of my to-do list was to get a girl pregnant and to make sure that we had a baby so that it would make it back to my hometown that I had a baby and people wouldn't think that I was gay anymore. Or I used to always say that. I need to have sex with a girl and get her pregnant. You know how dumb that is? But that's the only thing that was in my head to stop people from saying that I was gay. And again, maybe I'm projecting, but I always feel like with some of these men that they have these kids, they have so many kids or have these kids back to back to try and, basically put a halt to the rumors. Um, because there are more than a few people out there who think that Stefon, and it's not necessarily gay, but he sleeps with men, whether he's bisexual, pansexual, whatever. There are a large group of people out there, and I'm one of those people who definitely thinks that Stefon, he's one of the kids. He's one of the boys. He's a homosexual. That's what he gives me, though. And not just because of the way that he dresses. It's just it's not about the way that he dresses. It's not the fact that he carries bags, because a lot of men carry bags. I mean, men have been carrying bags forever. But it's just something about him that gives me he is one of the kids. And I think that's completely okay, especially if, you know, the women that he's having these kids with, they know it's not a, it's not like he's deceiving anyone. Because at the end of the day, it's really none of our business. But he does give, he's one of the kids. He does. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this story. All right, y'all. Again, this is according to Us Weekly. Stefon Diggs' ex, Mulan Hernandez, accuses him of attempting to silence her over alleged assault. This is an exclusive. So Cardi B's boyfriend, and it's so crazy that even though this story has nothing to do with Cardi B, because Cardi B is the celebrity, that her name will always be attached to his. That's how we just do. Like, oh, y'all know that's Cardi B's boyfriend. Cardi B, Stefon Diggs, right? Kind of like Peter Thomas from Real Housewives of Atlanta. No matter how long Peter and Cynthia have been divorced, it'll always be Cynthia Bailey's ex-husband, Peter Thomas. Anyways, so Cardi B's boyfriend, Stefon Diggs, is being sued by his ex, Mulan Hernandez, over an alleged assault. Us Weekly can exclusively report. Us obtained the counterclaim that Hernandez, 24, filed against Diggs, 31, on April the 7th in a Texas court as part of a lawsuit he brought against her for alleged assault. In her filing, Hernandez, who starred on Basketball Wives Orlando, denied all allegations of wrongdoing and claimed Diggs was the one who got physical. She also claims he is trying to silence her. She claimed that on June the 7th, 2024, Diggs punched her in the back of the head with a closed fist. Hernandez claimed almost immediately after the alleged altercation, Diggs mounted an effort to induce Hernandez into signing a non disclosure agreement so that Diggs' malicious and egregious act would be kept from the NFL and from public view. Hernandez claimed that Diggs frantically flew out his personal assistant to Houston in June in an attempt to have her sign the non disclosure agreement, which would have prevented her from speaking out against the alleged incident. She admitted her lawyer reached out to Diggs' lawyer in an attempt to hold him accountable for his actions in November 2024. She claimed she was diagnosed with a concussion on the very day of the assault. In her suit, Hernandez demanded unspecified damages for her physical pain and mental suffering and for her medical bills. She asked the court to award her at least $250,000, but no more than $1 million. The court shows the case as active. Back in February, Diggs sued his ex and a third party, Brianna Mack, for assault, trespass, intentional infliction of emotional distress, conspiracy, and various other claims. He accused the duo of attempted extortion. In his suit, Diggs explained he was in a casual relationship with Hernandez in early 2024. He said he often allowed Hernandez and her friends to stay at his Houston apartment. He used to live in Houston. He used to play for the Houston Texans. He said Hernandez partied the evening of June the 6th, 2024 through the early morning of June the 7th, 2024. He said at around 6 a.m. on June the 7th, Hernandez arrived at his apartment where she proceeded to assault him and destroy his property. Hernandez burst through the bedroom and into the gaming room, visibly intoxicated and upset. Diggs told Hernandez to leave, but she refused. Diggs attempted to defuse the situation by attempting to remove himself from Jones' line of fire, but she continued to castigate him, the lawsuit said. The NFL star said his ex slammed his video game console on the ground, grabbed his valuable wristwatch off the counter worth $130,000. Baby, must be nice. Must be nice, girl. Bro, I was over here trying to decide if I wanted to give me a little watch off Saks off Fifth Avenue and put it on a firm. It was only $500. I'm like, girl, should I put this on a firm as a birthday present? Okay, should I put this on a firm? It's only $500. This could be my birthday present to myself. Breaking into, once they breaking into the 12 months, once they breaking into the 12 monthly payments, you'll be all right. And you can probably pay it off before the 12 months anyways. And these motherfuckers walking around here, girl, with $130,000 on their wrist. And I'm over here trying to decide if I want to get one for 500, girl, with an extra 25% off. Baby, must be nice, baby. I ain't even mad at it. It's gonna, my day. We gonna get her one day, y'all. We gonna get her one day. Shout out to the girls and boys who are already there, though. Anyways, he said that she basically grabbed the wristwatch off of the counter worth $130,000 and slammed it to the ground, severely damaging it. And I would have slammed her ass to the ground too. Okay, that wasn't in there. Girl, $130,000 watch. Girl, we gotta square up like some niggas. Girl, we got to, baby girl, $500 watch, girl. Girl, we're gonna have to fight a little bit. He claims she then took his cell phone and tossed it in the toilet. Diggs alleged she continued by punching him in the chest multiple times. During the incident, he claimed Hernandez threatened him with a dangerous weapon. He said any contact with her and her friend was done in self-defense. Diggs said he did not strike, kick, or attack her in any manner. He claimed Mac was with Hernandez and witnessed the attack. He said he repeatedly asked the duo to leave, but they refused. He claimed Mac was with Hernandez and witnessed the attack. He said he repeatedly asked the duo to leave, but they refused. He claimed on the night in question, Hernandez made a hospital visit for nausea and vomiting and was given anti-nausea medication. He said Hernandez denied suffering any physical abuse during the visit. Diggs claimed she reported she had fallen on a wet kitchen floor. He claimed she visited another doctor on June the 14th where she falsely claimed she had been punched in the back of the head and a closed fist. Baby, this is a mess. I don't know if it's true or not, baby. I wasn't there. Okay. Girl, we wasn't there, okay? But I do know for a fact somebody telling a lie. In the weeks and months that followed, Hernandez and Mac both individually, with the assistance of counsel, tried to use her newly spun tale to extort millions of dollars from Diggs. Girl. Yeah, that's pretty much it, child. Listen, I don't know. I'll put the link to the article in the description box. Listen, I don't know. I wasn't there. You know, an accusation, an allegation is just an accusation or an allegation. It's not factual. However, okay, you know, it's a however. Baby, every time we look up Stefon, baby, somebody accusing you of something. Again, the accusation does not mean it's facts. But every time we look up somebody accusing you of something, Stefon, okay, or as I call him, Bodega Baddie. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I never watched Basketball Wives Orlando. I heard, didn't they I don't think it got renewed. I think they only had like one season, but I don't think it got renewed though. I know, like, wasn't Megan James on there? I don't. That's the only one. That's the only name I can remember because that's because I knew who she was prior to the show, but I wasn't familiar. I don't recall being familiar with anybody else that was on the show. Anyways, baby, he loved him some Spanish girls though. Baby, kiss that tea. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and move on. Now listen to this. Anthony Edwards accuses, this is according to the Neighborhood Talk. Anthony Edwards accuses his baby mama of using their daughter for social media content. Claims she makes the baby record even when she's tired. Neighbors, this one is messy. NBA star Anthony Edwards says his ex, Ayesha Howard, has been using their baby girl, Aubrey Summers, to chase a bag online. When I say this little girl is so adorable. Oh my God. She is so cute. She is such a cutie. Sorry. Okay. NBA star Anthony Edwards says his ex, Ayesha Howard, has been using their baby girl, Aubrey Summers, to chase a bag online. According to Us Weekly, Ant filed court docs accusing Ayesha of turning their daughter into a revenue generating asset, basically saying she's using the baby for social media content and sponsorship deals. The drama's been nonstop since Aubrey was born in October 2024. Edwards filed a paternity case in Georgia. Ayesha hit back in Cali, and the judge gave her full custody. Now, well, she gained full custody because he signed over all his rights. He don't want nothing to do with none of his kids except for one, from what I understand. And that's the one who he's pretty much in a the girl, the baby mama, he's in a relationship with. But the other two or three that he got, baby, he don't want nothing to do with them. When I say that, it's trifling as fuck. I see some people online, girl. Let me just say this: some people are like, I even had to tug on Aisha's wig a little bit until I found out the whole scenario. I really did think like Aisha was a tad bit trifling. Like, girl, we not gonna sit here and act like Aisha. She ain't long in the tooth. She probably got this nigga through that old school vintage cat on him. You know, turned that nigga out. You know, knew he was rich, wealthy, okay, and had a baby. And then I didn't even know until I think I was listening to Andrew Gabor, and I think some of y'all in the comment section was saying, cousin, just the FYI, girl, that's like his third or fourth baby mama. Third or fourth baby mama? Girl, I'm thinking the nigga low-key got trapped. Low-key, right? Girl, you ain't got trapped. This ain't your first time at the rodeo. So I need for everybody to stop saying that Ayesha trapped a grown-ass man who's already on his third or fourth baby mama at the age of 23. Ain't nobody trapped him. He knew exactly what he was doing. And I think that it is so irresponsible and disgusting that every time he has a baby, he feels the only thing he needs to do is just sign over rights and pay child support. I think that is trifling as fuck. Yes, people put kids in adoption all the time, but I think there's a difference between someone putting a child up for adoption than for you to, versus you just going around having sex with women unprotected, and your way of dealing with the issue, instead of just probably getting a vasectomy or using a condom, is to just sign over rights and just throw some child support. That is trifling as hell. Anyways, and so he signed over rights. Yeah. So the drama's been nonstop since Aubrey was born in October 2024. Now they're fighting over paperwork. Ayesha says Ant's team tried to add a no trash talk clause while he claims she wanted $500,000 in a public apology. Ant's lawyers say Ayesha's been airing their court business online and forcing the baby to film content even when she's tired, posting "My baby is over" content for the day, but mama got to get back to work. They also claim she's been booking brand deals and using the case drama for engagement, basically turning their custody battle into a storyline for likes. Thoughts, neighbor? And then Ayesha got in the comment section, and this is what Ayesha had to say. Whole time, it's 2 pictures of my daughter on my page, but claiming that I post our baby in distress, as if you actually know her moods when you never met or seen her outside of Instagram pictures is sick. Worrying about a child that you have publicly and legally disowned, yet framing it in court documents that you are for her best interest is weird behavior. Stay off my page and stop using a child you care nothing about to spew lies in court documents. I'm 100% team Ayesha on this one, baby. Half of the time, these niggas, girl, who even say they in their kids' life, girl, come in on the weekend, come in, girl, 2 or 3 times a year and have the most to say. You ain't even a part of shit. You shouldn't have nothing to say, girl. Okay, at all, at all. And I don't see nothing wrong with somebody using their kids to make a little bit of money. I don't. God don't. God don't. Girl, you look up and your child be one of the next YouTube star. Girl, opening toys and shit. I'm just saying. I don't see nothing wrong with none of y'all parents out there using y'all, putting y'all kids to work. Okay, at 1 year old. Okay, I mean, I'm just saying that's how like child actors, child, you know what I'm saying? Child models. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And again, how would you know when you don't even see your child? You don't know what's going on. Anyways, Ayesha, I know a lot of people don't like her. Let me say this, I don't know nothing about this girl. I don't know anything about Ayesha or Anthony at all. At all. But I know a lot of people automatically, you know, will shit on Ayesha because they look at her as like this old ass hoe who trapped this young ass man. He's young, and like I said, it wasn't too far off in my head either. Initially, like, oh girl, you knew what you was kind of doing with that boy. Like he's grown, but 23. I think he was 23 at the time, and Ayesha pushing 40. Like I think she's like 37. She's older, and she's older. I was like, girl, she know exactly what she was doing, girl. She put that wet, vintage cat on that nigga. Girl had a baby. But girl, it changes things when we find out you already got 2 and 3 kids already. Because at that point, you know what's going on. And if you don't know at the age of 23, if you stick your raw penis inside of someone's raw vagina and ejaculate, that there could be a baby made out of that, then you a goddamn fool. Okay? At the very basic level, girl, everybody, I think everybody should know that. Girl. Especially when you're already 2, 3 kids deep. Anyways, it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe. All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. October 8th is my birthday. Bye.